All right, let's see what happens here. Hey Ruth, are we better off now? Do I sound okay now? Good, good, okay. All right, just gotta wait for people to catch up here now. Okay, I see five people. Okay, good. I'm glad. Yeah, it must have been just something weird that happens with the stream. Sometimes that happens. Internet can be a fickle thing sometimes. All right, welcome back, Janine. Welcome back, Eric. Welcome back, Ruth. Yeah, you gotta wait for everyone to catch back up again. Right, buddy? You know, I always carry the whole live stream. Why don't you say something? Guess not. Even after all this time, you're still camera shy, aren't you? No, apparently he is not amused. So I got to call a guy out. I actually got an appointment to have some guy come out today. Uh, Recently, I had a spring on my garage door break. It must have happened a couple weeks ago because I noticed a couple weeks ago when I used the automatic door opener to open the garage, it wasn't making as much noise as it usually does. Um, and I just, I couldn't figure out what it was. It's always been, I thought, obnoxiously loud when it opens, and all of a sudden it was running real smooth and real quiet, and it wasn't much of a problem. And I didn't realize what it was. What could have changed? You know, I'm thinking it was something out of alignment, and all of a sudden pop into alignment. It turns out, I guess one of the springs broke, and because there's only half the tension because of the remaining spring. I guess so. The door itself, the opener itself, was working harder and wasn't as loud. So I got a guy coming out today to adjust that and replace that spring. So yeah, that's part of my fun today. Flash has been kind of laying low for the last couple of days, just because it's been kind of rainy here. She tends to stay out of the rain. Not always. If it's a warm rain, she'll be out in it. I remember, warm rain, she'd be out walking around in the rain, in California. Don't notice that as much here, but it rains a lot harder here too. So maybe she's out sometimes when I'm not. You turn your back on people. What do you say this time without the Heimlich maneuver, huh? Not yet. I heard she's off of work though, so she did kind of imply last week that she might be back again this week, but I don't know. Okay, that's enough for you for now. We got to give you a reason to come back, or you'll go to your room and then we won't see you anymore, right? That's how it usually works. Excuse you, did you just burp on my live stream? Such a pig. Oh, I'm sure she's fine. She's just, Rhonda. Rhonda's got like a household of, family and kids and dogs and cats and everything else that, it's probably a full time job just looking after it. Yeah, even Janine heard your burp. You pig. You're a pig. Yes, you are. Only in my house could I have a cat that burps. No, no, these have been were consumed a long time ago. Bite and Nibble enjoyed them. Do they have fish inside them? Oh yeah. No, I just found those at the grocery store. I knew they liked them. They're kind of cool because they're kind of soft in the middle. I guess that's the fish, huh? Yeah, I know that was horrible, John. I hear that there's like identified 50 bodies already out of that. Apparently, it was just a wall of water that came through the camp at night. Nobody knew it was coming. It just boom, it was gone. There wasn't a lot of fireworks around here. Um, First off, a lot of the Fourth of July activities were canceled this year. I went to, in the past, I've gone to the Fourth on the Brazos, where I saw like, uh, who was it, the Commodores a couple years ago, and they have the fireworks thing. That was canceled this year. I wasn't really planning on going anyway because I had to go to work the next morning. But yeah, it's kind of overcast here. I guess we're going to finally clear out, but this was kind of a odd little storm. But that's what I like about Texas because that kind of stuff just kind of pops up. You never know. You look at the weather forecast 1 week out, and that gives you no idea what's going to be happening because 3 or 4 days ago, this little storm system that came in here was nothing. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, there's a 20% chance. Oh, now it's a 40% chance. Oh wow, now it's like 80%. Just that's how the weather changes here. Nobody can predict it. I was sort of thinking if they did the Brazos on the fourth thing um, this year, that instead of going to the location to watch the fireworks as I've done in the past, I might actually go to like the Waco Suspension Bridge and watch it from there. That would get away from the people and be easy in and out and still get the effect. Didn't work out this year. Maybe next year. We'll see. Yeah, it's kind of overcast here and in the mid 80s, but it's really humid outside. In fact, I keep having to go and wipe off the windows because there's condensation building on the outside of the windows. I got double pane glass all through the house here, but it's still it's still to the point where the moisture is just condensing on the windows. Very humid. And that's cool. That's usually what brings the rain. Oh, this guy? That was a gift from somebody I used to work with many, many years ago. She made it, and I don't know. He just came along with me. He was sitting on the couch when I did my first live stream, and he's been in the background on every live stream I think I've done. So he's just kind of a fixture. Yeah, he was kind of laid out. Now I'm making him stand up, and probably not that happy about that, but that's the way he goes. Look at him, he's got creepy eyes. Ooh, I'm gonna get you. Ah! No, just a colleague. She was married. Yeah, that's the rumor, John. I don't know. I've never seen any evidence of it, but people said on one of the live streams early on that he moved. So I don't know. He's never moved in front of me, so far as I know. Oh, I don't really. I usually mix vodka. I don't drink it straight up. So I just get what's Skoal or something like that. I just buy it and mix it with usually grapefruit juice. No, no. Waco is in McLennan County. Yeah, it was somewhere down around San Antonio. One of the things I don't really have to worry about that much though is flooding. I'm sort of almost on the top of a hill. So it's funny in my front yard when water goes down my driveway to the street. it doesn't go into the gutter and then follow the gutter down to someplace. It actually crosses the street and goes to the other side of the street and rolls down their gutter. So I'm in a good place in terms of floods. There's gonna be a lot of dead people before it gets to me. If it does get to me, that's the point you're gonna need to start building an ark. Yeah, no, I was in pretty good shape. It was pretty safe here. Like I said, I was watching the storm come in, and I thought it was an unusual storm because it looked like it was spinning like a hurricane. There's been a lot of weird storm activity where it just kind of there's like a center point and it just kind of rotates around it. Even this storm that's kind of happening right now is odd for kind of Texas because it's just hovering here. You don't really see it moving at all. It's just, a lot of times with storms in Texas, there'll be a very distinct, just a line. It'll just move across the screen. It'll be very powerful. It'll be there for 15 minutes or so, and then that's it. But yeah, the storms recently have been just kind of parked here. So it must be like a low pressure system that's pulling them all in. And we must be right in the center of it. It's probably the jet stream is going up and over Texas right now, and that's what's creating the low pressure here. Yeah, well, they got to blame everything. Everything bad happens is Trump's fault. That's just the way it is. Well, I have been getting alerts on the weather radio this morning. It's mostly talking about flooding, and avoiding the flood areas. And I guess right now that storm that I showed you a minute ago, there's like a heavy part of that about 30, 40 miles north of here, and that's where they say there's getting like they were saying 2 to 4 inches of rain coming from that, and it doesn't really surprise me either because that's a really kind of a powerful storm that's just parked here. Like I said, usually we get heavy rain, but it usually it's just a line that just kind of goes by and it's powerful for 10 or 15 minutes and then it's done. If you got a storm that's dropping a lot of rain, it's just parked over you. Hey Dot, how you doing? Oh yeah, I always try and find an amusing T-shirt to wear. Yeah, I pulled that one out and said, you know what, that's been on the live stream before, but it's a good one. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking that a couple minutes ago. It might be fun to run down to the lake and see what it looks like right now. Because we had a very wet May and into early June, and my boss, we were talking about this yesterday. It's really unusual to have rain this in July here. I don't know. I don't have enough experience with it, to know. But I don't know what kind of hold Megan has on Harry, but I don't know. I think they're both just kind of a couple of narcissists. They're this generation's version of the Kardashians. Or Paris Hilton. Yeah, I know. Rip. Rest in peace, Michael Madsen. I like him. He was in several Quentin Tarantino movies, and I'm a huge Tarantino fan. Yeah, I thought that was funny. You called her Windex. I knew exactly what you were talking about too. That's funny. Yeah, he's got some. She's got some kind of hold on him. I don't know. Yet another reason I'm glad I'm not in Venice. Wow. Yeah, she was really the Queen was really the first one to turn her back on them. No, that's never a good idea, Susan. Not at all. Even Bite understands that, especially when she's your grandmother. Sour cream, more likely. Turn it back this way because the image of the text is over here, and I get it too far away, I can't see it. Yeah, but she doesn't understand that she destroyed that prestige. See, I haven't really followed this story. That's, Harry and Meghan's like, whatever. I wasn't really ever interested in any of the royal stuff. I wasn't one of those people that was fascinated when Charles married Diana, and you know, just wasn't my scene. Yeah, don't get me going on Joe Biden. That woman is a deplorable human being to do that to her husband. I mean, she knew more than anybody else how bad he was. But for her to prop him up like that, and just because she liked, being treated like royalty, it just really shows what kind of a person she is, though. Not a very loving wife. No, not since last week. I'm going over there today. We'll see what they have. Tell your cat, my cat says meow. Right? That's what you say, right? Well, it would hard to be hard to believe that Bo was the one that was a good kid, the white sheep of the family, if you will. Or if you have if your whole family is corrupt, does the one that that play us the straight and narrow. Are they the black sheep? I don't know. Let's open that up to some discussion here. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen, Gene. Wow. No, I kind of chilled on the 4th. Actually, building that infinity lamp took 3 days. You wouldn't know it from the video, but no, the fireworks thing, they usually do that 4th on the Brazos, and that got canceled this year because of rain. I'm not sure what a is it a Christmas tree emerald? I don't know. I like the idea of emerald. I put some kind of fun stuff on from my rock collection in part of my Christmas village in the past. Yeah, it's a storybook, Susan. Definitely. Hallmark movie here, I'm thinking. Oh, and then they mysteriously find cocaine in the White House and can't figure out where it came from. And there's so many cameras in there; they know exactly where it came from. Yeah, that would be cool for the village if they had HO scale Santa Claus stuff. I don't know. I've been thinking it might be fun to get a second train too. You just put a different one out each year. One of the things that ended up on the Train Village last year is every time I go to Gallery 11 to see Kara, and I buy something, I get what they call a lucky scoop. And a lucky scoop is basically they got this kind of little treasure chest shaped box filled with little polished stones and stuff like that. And you get to get a scoop of that. And so I have a lot of those little tiny pebbles. I've like got boxes and boxes of them. Yeah, I'm not really sure which rocks would work best in there because I mean a lot of the stuff I have is just way out of scale for the things you get a rock that's 18 inches tall next to a person that's half an inch tall. Now I don't think I'd ever do a Mount Rushmore with myself in it. I don't know. That's not me. I don't think anybody wants that to be truthful. Yeah, I've been kind of watching that storm for a few days. Oh, I was trying to figure out what the dog's comment was about. You're back to talking about the Bidens. Yeah, I remember there was that one dog that kept biting Secret Service agents and bit like three or four of them before they finally took him out of the White House. That's the one thing. If you're going to have a dog in the White House, you got to be able to know that that dog is not going to do things that are going to embarrass you. But that's just evidence. Bad dog, bad owner. There are no bad dogs. I'd have to figure out a way to put a black light in there. The black light would have to be recessed inside the wall, so you're not seeing the reflection of the black light. You'd want to see just the stone. I suppose it could. I might revisit the Infinity Mirror project again, do another one, because while that one back there is pretty cool, it works all right. It's a decent proof of concept. I wish I got more reflection back and forth. And I think what I need to do is figure out a way to partially mirror the front piece. I'm thinking maybe like let 80% of the light through, but have enough of a reflection that you get the better infinity effect. Because a good one, you'll see, the light bounce back and forth, 20, 30 times. This one it kind of loses it after about three orders. And I also am a little disappointed because we're getting the double reflection off the glass. You're getting off the inside and backside, which is why it's doubling the image every time you go to another order. I think evaporating some reflective silver or aluminum on the front edge of the on the inside edge of the glass would probably do a better job on uh, creating more reflections. I don't know. It's something I gotta go back again and look at. Yeah, we'll revisit it at some point. Oh, did Obama's dog do that too? I don't remember. That was Bo, right? Just more evidence of how much of a narcissist Obama was. Named his dog after him. Bo for Barack Obama. Did you hear that even the Obama girls now are trying to distance themselves from their dad? That's hilarious. One of them, I guess, produced a video or something like that, and she went with their first name and her middle name in the credits. Yeah, but you don't bring a protective dog like that into the White House. Yeah, it definitely looks like they're on the way to divorce. What was it she said? That she's glad that she never had a son because he would have turned out just to be like Barack. Yeah, well, I don't know. She may. I think she's just trying to draw attention to herself. She, like Jill Biden, she likes to be in the thick of things, right? Biden, you like to be in the thick of things too, don't you? That's what it was. I knew it was. I knew it was whichever Malia, is that how it is? But yeah, she didn't go Malia. Well, Malia Obama knows Malia and middle name Ann. Jeez. So not only is Michelle poisoned on Brock, she's apparently poisoned the girls too. Yeah, that's exactly what the world needs, Janine. Well, I mean, the sides are just perpendicular on mine to the front and back. You wouldn't want to have it too much concave because then you'd pull the um, you wouldn't see the reflection of the light because the light would disappear. Yeah, I kind of touched on this a little bit when I was doing the video, but never really showed the final product. I mentioned that this thing can be controlled from my cell phone, and I did download the app, and basically I can control individual devices. This is definitely something I'm going to have to look into at some point when I get to the point where I'm doing something similar in the backyard. For instance, I got all these little push buttons here that I can go to change the different colors. I can push a red and turn it red. You see, it just turned red. I can push some green and blue, kind of a pink color. It also has some kind of cool effects that I've been doing. This is kind of the 4th of July one, but they got like a Christmas one. Hanukkah, I don't know how those colors deal with, but some kind of just fun ones too. This one's called Penguin Disco. Cinco de Mayo, Halloween, and I can also control it because they have things happen on cycles, so I can control how fast they go. I can define different patterns. It's kind of a fun little thing. So yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to have to look into that. I'll definitely think about that pretty seriously if it comes to the point where I do stuff in the backyard with the hub space lights. But I'm pretty impressed with that. Apparently, what it does is it will actually connect with my Wi-Fi, and then I can use my Wi-Fi to, I guess, program the lights to come on even when I'm not home. Okay, the cuckoo went right that time. It's bright most of the time at this point, but every once in a while it screws up. And I haven't heard it screw up, but I know it did because uh, one of the weight that controls the cuckoo, was on the ground this morning when I got up. it had gone all the way down. And the point of these well-designed clocks is all three of the weights are supposed to go down at the same rate. So if one of them hits the ground faster than the rest, then that's what's going on there. Is that thing that's in the way? Okay. I guess it isn't really in the way. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Someone mentioned earlier that one of Obama's dogs bit somebody once. I don't remember that, but you can't have an aggressive dog in there when you got people, strangers going in and out all the time. No, no Bigfoot sightings. I've been keeping my eye out when I'm on the trail too. I'd love to get that on camera. Meow. Hey, La Caleros. Long time. Welcome back. Big the Foot. And Tracy's here too. Boy, everybody's coming in today. Was that an aborted attempt to jump up on the couch? I think it was. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, I always try and find an interesting shirt to wear. Well, I mean, it's the same prison that Johnny Cash performed, and the truth is, I got it in the Johnny Cash Museum at Folsom Prison, but it isn't really directly related to it. It's just funny. Folsom's sort of gated community. You see, my sister lives in Folsom, so been to the prison a couple times. I vlogged it once. It's up to 67 now? That's insane. No, never gone looking for buried treasure. I don't know. I need a good map, I think. Well, I mean, it's warm and it's muggy here right now. We've had rain over the last couple of days, so it's a little miserable to be out in. It's funny. I got a bunch of those little about like 12-inch tall flags and lined the yard with them for the 4th of July. And just the time it took me to plant the flags into the ground, I was sweating like a pig. It was so hot out there. I don't know about that, Susan. I mean, it might be possible to coat the. How would I do that? I don't know. I still think the best way to reproduce the infinity effect is I got to evaporate some something reflective, aluminum or silver or something like that, on the inside of uh, the glass piece to make it more reflective in the front. I think we're losing too much light out the front. Yeah, we were having audio problems, uh, La Caleros, and several people were saying I sounded all distorted, so I just shut it down and started a new one. It happens sometimes. You lose a connection or you don't establish a good connection. It's like a cell phone conversation. Sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't. And if you don't, sometimes the best thing to do is hang up and try again. Well, that was one of the things I said to myself, Lindex, is when I moved here, I was not going to get an outside job. That was the one thing, I did Disney for 12 years, whatever it was. And I was outside most of the time. And it was nice to be outside most of the time in California. But I couldn't imagine having to work outside today here in Texas. It's too hot. I like the fact that I work in an air conditioned building. And I go from an air conditioned building to my air conditioned car and to get home to my air conditioned home. That scared me. Weather radio. Hamilton County in Central Texas, Northwestern Roundhouse and County in Central Texas, Eastern Wills County in Central Texas, until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 12:07 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Up to 2 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source, radar and automated gauges. Impact, flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas. That red area right there in the middle of the screen, that's what we're talking about. As well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Hamilton, Hyco, Evan, Shives, Aylman, Huntsville, Gentry's Mill, Whiteway, the Commonwealths, Star, Indian Gap, Olin, Carlton, Ferry, Moline, Center City, and Damsdale. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be aware of your surroundings and do not drive on flooded roads. Yeah, that's what happens here sometimes. No, I've never added yogurt to the ice cream machine. I've always just gone with the recipe in the book. I do enjoy doing that. I'm still working on perfecting my mint chocolate chip. Tasted a little too much like toothpaste last time. It's funny in the lower corner of the screen here. Let me get my finger right here in the right below the screen on the. It gives you a little information about if it's raining or what the temperature is right now. It just switched a second ago to extreme humid, extremely humid. Yeah, that's right. It is very humid right now. In fact, I've been noticing that I actually have condensation forming on some of my windows. I got like double pane glass everywhere in this house, and it's still you know enough that the moisture is condensing on the windows. Yeah, well, that's the way that works sometimes, Gene. I've never seen the show. I got to admit, I kind of got over TV a while ago. Now I know Law and Order. I remember Law and Order was on, but I never saw it. Or are you just talking about the concept of Law and Order itself? Because if so, yeah, I'm a fan of Law and Order. Hey, there's Eric, another person we haven't seen in here in a while. Whatever came of your your internship? You were talking about doing that for what was it, the Fox affiliate? Anything come of that? Hi, Millie. Welcome to the group. You're starting on the 14th. Congratulations. That's going to be a great opportunity for you. Is it an internship now, or are you being paid? That's really cool. I'm happy for you because you've been doing so much for like filming the sports teams at school. I mean, it was just a matter of time before somebody said, "Hey, let's get that guy." So I'm glad. That's great news. See you, Dot. Thanks for stopping in. Where's his brother buried? That's great. Internships usually do that voluntary. So if you're gonna get some money out of it, even if it's 16 weeks in the future, this is your chance to let them see what you can do. Because a lot of times these internships turn into full-time jobs. It's funny when I first moved here and was looking for a job, one of the companies I applied to was the local ABC affiliate. I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't do that because I would have had to sit and watch The View every day. I'm convinced that robs people of their brain cells. He was an amazing talent, though. Sometimes the crazy ones are. Think of Daniel Johnson as an example of it. He's a Texas kid. Jordan's covered him a little bit. Uh, I got a documentary on him called "The Devil and Daniel Johnson," and it has one of the greatest lines in the world in a rock documentary. It talks about how Daniel Johnson had been committed and locked up in a mental institution and accidentally got released. And it talked about how he opened at CBGB's that night. Greatest line ever. Okay, I think I've been to Marilyn Monroe's grave. I think. I know I've been to a lot of graves. Jordan and I went to Bella Lugosi's grave once, and there were lots of lipstick and kisses on that one too. You made an LED mirror? That's cool. Like an infinity mirror like mine, or just a mirror with LEDs around the outside? Because that's cool too. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me that that was that way on Hef's grave too. No, the flavoring and the coloring were two different things. Uh, the because the mint flavoring, the mint extract, I think I just used too much of it. You know, after I got the flavor, done in the form of the mint extract, the color was just done by food coloring. So Hef's on top, huh? Okay, it's just a mirror with LEDs on it. That's so easy to do these days, because you can go get those LEDs for, nothing. I'll tell you, the cemetery I enjoy going to most is the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. That one's amazing. There's so many famous people in there. It's an interesting place too because they'll show movies in there. Um, Jordan and I and a couple of our friends went to watch Night of the Living Dead played in the cemetery at night. And they just broadcast it on the side of one of the mausoleums. Interesting place. Paul Rubens is there. Okay, I know Chris Cornell is there. I think Jordan vlogged that. All right, thanks for stopping in, Gene. It's always good to see you each time. Have a good church. We'll see you next week. Let's see here. I think I got a page on my Facebook page where I talk about some of the or show some of the cemeteries I visited. Let's see if I can find that. Because see, I can cut away to this now. I love doing that. Okay, let's see. There, that was it. Okay, let's do this thing here. Okay, so yeah, there's a grave. That's Gene Mansfield, Don Adams, also Don Adams, also Don Adams, Hattie McDaniel from the Gone with the Wind. She earned a first like black woman to earn Academy Award for that movie. Johnny Ramone. All these quotes all the way around, and then that's the statue on top, and the whole thing. Fay Ray. Dee Dee Ramone. You see all I think I think most, if not all, of the Ramones are in that Hollywood Forever cemetery. Cecil B. DeMille. A closer look at the sarcophagus. Mel Blanc. That one's a favorite one, famous one because it says that's all, folks. Everyone talks about that one. Estelle Getty. Okay, well that's the entrance to the Roman Polanski house where Sharon Tate and her baby and the others were killed. Actually, Jordan commented the Tate LaBianca house. LaBianca was somewhere else. That was the Tate house. Sharon Tate, and Abigail Folger, and um, uh, what's his name? The hairdresser, Jay Sebring. William Frawley. That's Fred Mertz from I Love Lucy. He's sitting at with William Frawley's grave. Richie Valens. That was one Jordan really wanted to see. Groucho Marx. That's a good one. Lenny Bruce. There's me with Bela Lugosi. Remember I told you there was lipstick on that one? And close up of the grave. Jackie Coogan, or John Coogan, I mean. Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. And there's Sharon Tate and their baby. And Jerome Howard, Curly. I always liked that one because someone took some stones and wrote "yup, yup, yup" on it. So that was cool. And me at the grave. John Wayne. Bobby Hatfield. Me at the grave of John Wayne. Red Fox. Now, see, I've gotten to go to a lot of great graves. I think John Ritter's in here somewhere too. Tony Curtis. Lenny Bruce again. I don't know. Are we seeing the same one more than once? Yeah, I think we're starting to double up now. Okay, Stan Laurel, Laurel and Hardy. There's John Ritter. Telly Savalas. Marty Feldman. Tom Bosley. I forgot about some of these. David Carradine. Buddy Holly. We did that on the trip to Texas, and Jordan absolutely had to stop to see the grave of Buddy Holly. Billy the Kid, supposedly. Yeah, I guess that's the end of those. So yeah, a lot of great graves. Oh, Rhonda's finally here. Yeah, I don't see the comments when I'm let's see, catch up here where we are. Rodney Dangerfield, that's another one I wouldn't mind seeing. Well, you gotta stop in at the local lemonade stand. That's just the rules. That would be more of a Jordan one. I was never really into that era of music. 75 cents. You gave him five. That's a pretty hefty tip, isn't it? That's a pretty good tip, isn't it, Bite? That's like 500%. I know I haven't seen a lemonade stand in like forever. Actually, no, that's not true. The girls in the house across the street have had lemonade stands from time to time. It wasn't good lemonade though, huh? Well, the 75% or 75 cents covered the lemonade. $4.25 covered how cute they were. They didn't put sugar in it. Well, you got to have sugar in lemonade, right, Bite? I don't know. What do you think of lemonade without sugar? All right. Yeah, he made it now. Hey, buddy. How are you? Huh? Well, I just got done building an infinity mirror. Now I'm planning on the next version. That's a big getting ready for Tracy. Yeah, Bite, you have fans. Did you know that? Lots and lots of fans, but not as many fans as Jaw. You didn't like Jaw anyway, did you? Jaw always chased you. I had to put like a 2 foot barricade, at the door of their bedroom, so they could get in and out. Jaw couldn't. It's not really that warm. The thermometer on the computer says 80. It's overcast, but I'm sure the humidity is at least 80 also. And so it's really sticky here. Good day to stay inside, but I'm not going to do that. Got to go to the rock shop. Still there. We've gotten a lot of rain here in the last few days. I think I got like an inch and a half. And there's this storm that's just kind of hovering around us right now. It refuses to move. See that's the reason right now we're having flash flooding is because usually when you get a powerful storm in Waco, it blows through. It's just a line that blows through in 10 or 15 minutes. So maybe you get an inch, inch and a half. If you get a similar powerful storm like this that's parked over you, it can drop a lot of water on you. Wow, that is pretty hot. Do you have a humidity issue too, or is it like a dry heat? Oh, I'd have to take a nap here. Yeah, so the humidity is up there too. Yeah, that's right. You're right off Lake Ontario, aren't you? So yeah, I'm sure when you get hot, the humidity comes off the lake. I remember that when I go to Minnesota and be off of Lake Superior, it'd be hot and humid there too. 67%. Okay, I think we got you beat. I'm sure we're about 80 here. Here's like a Q-tip, huh? You steal Tracy's heart. You better give that back to her. She's gonna eat that. There's some years to take. Logan wants her head shaved. Nice. Well, you won't get tangles anymore. You make her bald like daddy. Okay. Hey, Jeff. How you doing? Jeff, the tractor repair guy. I got an old lawnmower I've been thinking about getting rid of. I don't use it anymore. I got the riding mower. I'd have let Jeff have it. I bet you he could fix it. I'm doing good. Yeah, it's been a lot of days off in the past couple of weeks because I got Thursday and Friday off last week. And so basically, last weekend was a 6 day weekend. Then I worked on Saturday. Now I'm another 3 days off. So I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm sure that would work. Just put it in the mail. You cut down half a tree. Actually, that's not far from what one of my future vlogs is going to be. Apparently, Encore came through here yesterday and cut down a bunch of branches that they just left in my backyard. Well, apparently he's transitioning La Caleros. Now he's fixing tractors. Guess it's sort of like Jordan. Jordan kind of changes the theme of his vlogs from time to time too. I don't know. I've been thinking the last few days that I need to get a backup generator from my house. Or it's crazy. On Halloween Day, the power went out for about an hour, and then apparently yesterday, when Encore was cutting the trees, they cut off the power then too, and I guess it was down for 9 hours or something. So hopefully this isn't just going to be a daily thing. It's funny though when I had the power go out on what was it, Friday on the 4th. Um, the computer went off. I was on the computer at the time and the computer went off. And I couldn't figure it out. Wait, I got this battery backup. Why did the battery backup not kick in? And it turns out, Breck didn't read the directions. All of the plugs on the back of the UPS don't go to the battery. Some of them are just surge suppressors. And I had the computer, I had the monitors, I had the hard drives all plugged into the surge suppressor. So the second the power went out, the computer went off. It's like, what the heck? It took me like 15 minutes to figure out why that didn't work. And eventually it's like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe that's the reason. So I guess when it went out yesterday when I was at work, it worked exactly as it was supposed to. It powered down the computer, and I was able to just restart it last night when I got home from work, and it came right back to where it was. So I think we're good on that. Thank you for the super chat, Jeff. I appreciate that. Bite loves his treat fund. And I guess I can do that. Boo heard treat when I know how to get Boo back. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to do it. Here we go. I went last week and got a couple of little pieces, but I'm going to go over there today and see what they got. I usually tend to go every couple of weeks, usually a couple of days after payday, and it was a good payday this week. So this was the first time where my new pay rate kicked in from my promotion. And in addition to that, it was holiday pay on one day because the company recognizes, what is it, Juneteenth as a holiday. And so even though I didn't have to work I did work Juneteenth. And when I work on the holiday, I get like triple pay. And so that's massive. Just one triple pay day or one triple time day really adds to the paycheck. I guess Caro over at Gallery 11 is having a special this or a sale this week on jewelry where stuff is like 30% off. Hubby's back in work. Okay, well, that's good. That's good news. Why? You gonna come up here? Huh? Logan has pierced ears. All right, there you go. Yeah, I have a pretty good start, I gotta admit. I just worry what happens when the interest begins to wane a little. I don't know. We'll see. The beauty of it is it isn't really wasted money. It's an investment because these things. It's not like a car or something that depreciates. And I still enjoy looking at them. Yeah, I've seen people do that a little, Jeff. I'm more of the person that'll just build my own. I'm actually looking into a day at some point where, when he's no longer with us, that I may turn his bedroom into a rock display place. That would be perfect because there's a closet in there that I could put black lights, and I could have the UV reactive stuff in there. That'd be fun. Yeah, I'm not really into the shaped rocks. In fact, Karen knows that a little bit too. I do get shaped things every once in a while, but I like stuff that's really natural and raw. In fact, let me give you an example here. I'll tell you something. Okay, so I've shown you these before. This is a something I have called Labradorite, and it's really cool. You get the light just right. You can see the kind of the blue on the top. Let's see if there's a better angle on this side. Oh, there you go. See the shine on that? The gold and the blue as you get the angle just right. Well, it turns out I have a raw piece of that. That stuff is stuff that's been cut, and that's a raw piece of Labradorite, and I actually think that's more beautiful than the cut piece. You just got to get the angle just right. Look at that. Look at the gold on that. And I mean, that's not an illusion on the camera. That's what it really looks like. You get the light just right. So I mean, I love the stuff that's more raw. That's definitely way more awesome than the cut piece. Even though the cut piece is very, very cool. I like the raw stuff. Yeah, I built all the shelves right now that my rocks are in. Oh yeah, Kara's got a whole bunch of that kind of phallic shaped objects and stuff like that. Not really into that. Oh, you mean this one? Yeah, actually, that was I built that many many years ago as a desk. When I was going back to school. And one of my viewers suggested shortly after I built that rock display case down there and had it filled up almost immediately, that I should take this desk that's been in the back forever, and it's just a place where I store junk, and I retrofitted as a rock display case. And I thought, that's actually a really good idea. And that's the result right there. And I'm still almost out of room. Yeah, that's I just kind of figured it out as I went along, Lindex. I actually took metal shop in school, so I don't think we're to the addition on the house yet thing. But like I said, once Bite has moved on, I'll probably transform his bedroom into something. I've already got the shelves in there, so And it would probably quadruple, maybe quintuple the amount of space I have. Bite turned 18 in March. Hey, VNA, how are you doing? Yeah, he's an old man. I am doing well. Yeah, it's been a lot of days off of work for the last couple of weeks, so that's been kind of cool. Since I did the live stream last weekend, I've worked one day and I'm on my weekend again, so that's kind of nice. Always good to have some time off. Haven't been able to work on the yard a whole bunch though, because it's raining so much. It's just a mud puddle out there. Has it been years, Jeff? Yeah, basically all I did last weekend for that whole 6 days was build that infinity mirror. You guys still on fire there, Rhonda? Or those finally burned their way out? Oh, that's right. You're in Texas too, aren't you, VNA? All of those all that flood damage was south of me. Got like an inch and a half out of the whole thing. It was a nice kind of gentle rain. Actually, not so gentle. At one point, it was kind of coming down pretty hard, but wow, year and a half. Yeah, I kind of get a kick out of doing the live stream. So yeah, I don't know. They're fun. I mean, I keep coming back, right? Guess it's 1 o'clock. Oh, Bike's just over there sleeping on the carpet at the front door there. You gonna come visit Bite for the end? I don't think we'll see him. Yeah, he's just exactly. He's relaxing. I think the word we use around here is chilling. Food coma, huh, Jeff? Yeah, I hear you there. Barbecue. Oh, yeah, it's good that you're able to stay a little bit here. Usually it's we catch you between church and restaurant. I get it. I get a kick doing them. So, yeah, like I said, I keep coming back. So there must be something I'm getting out of it. It's definitely not the. I'm not into this for the money. All right, Tracy's got a new subscriber. Yeah, and every once in a while we get someone new coming in here, pops in for a minute, and then they're gone. And sometimes they come back. So that's good. We are a good group of people here. I think that's probably why I keep coming back to and keep doing this because it's fun to talk to you guys. Yeah, I know. I've been here since the beginning. I was there when I first went live. I was there when I did my first video. Yeah, we're wrapping this up pretty quick here, Rhonda, anyway. Got to go to the rock shop, and I got to get back quickly today because got a repairman coming to replace the spring on my garage door, which I guess broke about a week and a half ago. I just discovered it a couple days ago. So we're going to get that fixed. That needs to happen. It's funny. I get to the end and everybody just kind of says, "Okay, that's it. We're done." I know when the live stream's over. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next week. Good night.